All of you, good morning, students. Today we can discuss about the scientist name and discoveries. Already last two videos we can discuss this concept. So this video is continuous to the third video. Right. So here first one. So Ernest Rutherford. The scientist name is Ernest Rutherford. So he discovered the nuclear model of atom. Nuclear model of atom. So J.J. Thomson atom model, and next for the second atom model is the Ernest Rutherford atom model. So we can discover the nucleus, right? So here Ernest Rutherford discovered the nucleus in 1911, in the year of 1911 by alpha ray scattering experiment. Here the alpha ray scattering experiment, he discovered the nucleus. He discovered the nucleus in a atom. So that's why it is called a nuclear model of atom in 1911, the year of 1911. So his country is New Zealand. His country was New Zealand. So first of all, Ernest Rutherford, nuclear model of atom, and the country is New Zealand. Country is New Zealand. So second person, second scientist, Niels Bohr. So Bohr atom model. Here also Niels Bohr means in 1913 he proposed one of the atom model is Niels Bohr atom model. Niels Bohr atom model. Here the quantum model of hydrogen atom, and also for explain the atomic structure of atom, for atom of a hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom. So how the electrons configuration will be written in the hydrogen atom. Hydrogen located in the first orbit, as a single orbit. So he can explain the quantum model of a hydrogen atom. Was Niels Bohr. So he was the Denmark scientist. He was a Denmark scientist. So third one, C.V. Raman, Sir C.V. Raman. Right. He can explain the inelastic scattering of light by the molecules. Light by the molecules. So scattering of the particles are two type. Can classified into two categories. Number one is elastic scattering. Number two is inelastic scattering. Even the elastic scattering are the basis of linear momentum and kinetic energy. Linear momentum and kinetic energy. Whose scattering is followed the conservation of momentum and conservation of kinetic energy. Conservation of momentum and conservation of kinetic energy. It is called elastic scattering. It is called elastic scattering. Whose collisions or scattering is not obeyed, not followed by the linear momentum and also for kinetic energy. Conservation of kinetic energy. First of all, they can obey the momentum, linear momentum, does not obey the kinetic energy, which is known as inelastic scattering. Which is known as inelastic scattering. So these inelastic scattering of light by the molecules. In a light molecules, they can obey the inelastic scattering. So they will be observed by the Sir C.V. Raman in a light particle. Sir C.V. Raman in a light particle. So that is the inelastic scattering of light by the molecule. Right. So here Sir C.V. Raman is an Indian scientist. Indian scientist. So he got the Nobel Prize in physics. Right. So next one, Louis Vector de Broglie. Louis Vector de Broglie. So he can propose the de Broglie hypothesis. De Broglie hypothesis for a matter waves. Here the de Broglie hypothesis is nothing but a wave nature of matter. Matter particle means electron proton. So just like a particles are matter particles, these matter particle are also in a wave nature. They can propose this matter particle can propagate in the wave nature. So they can be explained by Louis Victor de Broglie. So that is called de Broglie hypothesis. So here he was a France scientist. He was a France scientist. So here Louis Victor de Broglie, wave nature of matter. So France scientist. France scientist. So next scientist name M.N. Saha. M.N. Saha. So he was the Indian scientist. M.N. Saha is the Indian scientist. He proposed the thermal ionization. He discovered the thermal ionization. That means ionization means the atom can eliminate the electron in the outermost cell. So that is called ionization of a atom. Ionization of atom. So in a thermal ionization, how the energy of utilization of thermal energy and get ionized particle. So they can be explained in the M.N. Saha by the thermal ionization. He was the Indian physicist. So next one is S.N. Bose. Here the S.N. Bose can be, so in the proposal of quantum statistics. So Bose-Einstein statistics or Bose quantized statistics, quantum statistics. He was also for an Indian scientist. So S.N. Bose, quantum statistics, right? So Indian scientist. Next one, Wolfgang Pauli. So Pauli exclusion principle, already know in a 10th standard, the electron will be filling in the orbit in the form of followed by 3 quantum principles. Understand? So here the one of the principle is a exclusion principle. Pauli exclusion principle. So that's why they can explain the exclusion principle by Wolfgang Pauli. So he was the Austrian scientist. Austrian scientist. So next one is Enrico Fermi. So here the Enrico Fermi was the Italian scientist. He found that controlled chain reaction, nuclear fission and the chain reaction, controlled chain nuclear fission reaction. So what is about the controlled chain nuclear fission reaction? The chain nuclear fission reaction will be classified into 2 categories. So controlled and the second one is uncontrolled. Because of the neutrons of interaction with radioactive elements, uranium for example, they can multiple of neutron will be thermal neutrons will be ejected. So these thermal neutron can be utilized to nuclear fissions continuously for a uncontrolled manner. So it is known as uncontrolled chain reaction or uncontrolled nuclear fission reactions, right? So here uncontrolled means atom bomb. So those example of uncontrolled chain fission reaction. Here the controlled nuclear fission will be followed the principle by the nuclear reactor working principle of controlled nuclear fissions. Understand? So it is Enrico Fermi. The nuclear reactor also discovered by Enrico Fermi, first of all in America. So here that Italy scientist, he was the Italian scientist. Enrico Fermi is the Italian scientist, and also Fermi is used of a size of unit of size of nucleus. Also Fermi is used as a unit of size of nucleus. So it is the main purpose of discovery and our scientist names. So it is also asking for a important to that Eamcet and Neet question pattern, right? Once again I will discuss here Ernest Rutherford nuclear model of atom in 1911, in the year of 1911. So our country is New Zealand. His country is New Zealand. Niels Bohr quantum model of hydrogen atom. Niels Bohr atom model. So that it will be Denmark. His country is Denmark. So Sir C.V. Raman inelastic scattering of light by molecule. So Indian scientist. So where Louis Nectar de Broglie, wave nature of matter, France scientist. Next one, M.N. Saha, thermal ionization. M.N. Saha can propose the thermal ionization. So he was also Indian scientist. Next one, S.N. Bose, quantum statistics. So he was also Indian scientist. So Wolfgang Pauli, exclusion principle. So Austrian scientist, Austria. Next one is Enrico Fermi, Italian scientist. He proposed the controlled nuclear fission reactions. Understand? So here the 8 number of scientists name and our discoveries, our countries, right? So further videos some scientist name and discoveries are there. So I can given that next video, there is small videos will be prepared that by using of your purpose, because of these names and discoveries are very important. So you can understand the following videos also, right? So thank you students. So you can subscribe my channel, share the videos and like the videos, right? So all of you, good morning once again. So thank you very much.